What if I told you that the secret to a better life isn't hidden in some distant land or buried in a self-help bestseller? It's been with us for nearly 2,000 years, etched into the private thoughts of one of the most powerful men in history, Marcus Aurelius. The philosopher king of Rome faced wars, plagues, and betrayal, yet he lived with an unshakable calm and clarity that we all strive for today. In this video, we'll explore 10 Stoic rules for a better life, inspired directly by Marcus Aurelius's meditations. These aren't lofty ideals meant for ancient rulers. They're practical, battle-tested strategies to help you navigate the chaos of modern life. Imagine turning obstacles into opportunities, silencing your inner critic, and building a mindset so resilient that nothing can shake your peace. Here's the challenge. I dare you to stay until the end, because these 10 rules have the power to reshape your life, but only if you absorb them fully. Every second of this journey holds a key to unlocking your potential. Don't miss it. If you're ready to embrace the wisdom of one of history's greatest minds and take control of your life like never before, stay with us. By the end, you won't just know these rules, you'll feel empowered to live them. Let's get started. Rule 1. Focus on what you can control. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Meditations, Book 6. Life often feels like a whirlwind, pulling us in every direction with challenges, uncertainties, and frustrations. Yet Marcus Aurelius offers a grounding truth. While we cannot control the storms around us, we can always control how we navigate them. True strength lies in mastering our inner world, not the outer chaos. Picture yourself stuck in traffic, running late for an important meeting. The cars ahead crawl, horns blare, and frustration mounts. Can you control the traffic? No. But you can control your reaction, your breathing, your thoughts, and how you use the time. Marcus Aurelius would remind you that this is where your power lies, in choosing calm and clarity over agitation. This principle becomes transformative when applied to life's greater challenges. Viktor Frankl, who endured the horrors of the Holocaust, found freedom even in captivity by focusing on his mindset. His story exemplifies the Stoic truth that the key to resilience isn't in changing the world, but in mastering ourselves. To make this principle a habit, begin practicing daily. Whenever you feel stressed, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. If yes, take purposeful action. For instance, if a colleague behaves unfairly, you cannot control their actions, but you can decide to address the issue calmly or focus on your response rather than their behavior. Incorporating reflection into your routine also strengthens this habit. At the end of each day, write down one situation where you focused on what you could control and one where you didn't. For the latter, consider what you might do differently next time. This practice sharpens your awareness and builds your ability to shift your focus inward. Finally, a quick exercise. Draw 2 columns on a piece of paper. Label one, what I can control, and the other, what I cannot control. List everything currently weighing on your mind into the appropriate columns. As you look at the second column, remind yourself that these are things you must release. Then, direct your energy to the first column. This is where your true power lies. By consistently practicing these steps, you'll find that focusing on what you can control not only reduces unnecessary stress, but also unlocks the clarity and resilience to face life's challenges with grace and strength. Marcus Aurelius's wisdom reminds us, true mastery begins not with the world, but within ourselves. What can you control today? Start there and watch how your life transforms. Rule 2. Ask yourself, is this essential? Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? Meditations, Book 4. In a world filled with endless distractions and mounting demands, we often find ourselves running in circles, busy but not truly productive. Marcus Aurelius, who bore the weight of ruling an empire, offers us a timeless piece of wisdom to cut through the chaos. Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? This simple question holds the key to clarity, focus, and living a life that truly matters. Think of Steve Jobs, the legendary co-founder of Apple. Known for his relentless pursuit of simplicity, Jobs built his empire by constantly asking himself and his team, is this essential? When developing the first iPhone, he famously insisted on removing buttons and features that weren't absolutely necessary. His philosophy of focus, doing fewer things better, revolutionized technology and created one of the most iconic products in history. By stripping away the inessential, Jobs achieved clarity of purpose and left behind a legacy of innovation. Another striking example comes from Marie Kondo, the organizational guru who transformed how people approach their possessions. Through her KonMari method, Kondo asks a simple question: does this spark joy? It's her version of Marcus Aurelius's timeless principle. By focusing only on what is meaningful and eliminating the rest, she's empowered millions to declutter their homes and minds, creating space for the things that truly matter. This approach applies far beyond technology or tidying up. It's a philosophy for life. Every commitment, thought, or action takes up mental and physical space. When we fail to ask if something is essential, we risk filling our lives with unnecessary tasks, shallow relationships, and endless distractions. The result? Exhaustion and a sense of unfulfilled potential. Imagine you're managing a garden. If you try to grow every plant, you'll end up with an overcrowded space where nothing thrives. But if you carefully prune and nurture only the most important plants, they flourish. Your mind works the same way. By eliminating what's inessential, you create room for growth and focus on what truly matters. The key to living this rule is intentionality. Start by evaluating your daily to-do list. Are all the tasks necessary, or are some there out of habit or obligation? For example, do you really need to attend that meeting, or would your time be better spent on a high-priority project? Next, consider your thoughts. How much energy do you spend worrying about things that don't move your life forward? Just as Steve Jobs refined his products, refine your mental and emotional focus. It takes courage to say no to others, to distractions, and even to yourself. But every time you do, you reclaim precious time and energy. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire with this principle. Steve Jobs created revolutionary products. Marie Kondo helped millions find clarity. You can apply the same principle to your own life. Today, ask yourself, what's one thing I can remove from my schedule, my mind, or my environment that isn't essential? Let go of what doesn't matter and focus on what does. By doing so, you'll discover the profound freedom and purpose that comes with living a life of intention. Rule 3. Embrace Amor Fati, love your fate. A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Meditations, Book 4. Life is unpredictable, full of challenges, twists, and unexpected turns. Yet Marcus Aurelius teaches us to embrace these moments with open arms and an open heart. This is the essence of Amor Fati, to love your fate, not just accept it. Take the story of Bethany Hamilton. At just 13 years old, Bethany was a rising star in professional surfing when a shark attack left her without her left arm. For many, this would have been the end of a dream, but Bethany chose a different path. She didn't let the tragedy define her. Instead, she embraced it. Within months, she was back on her surfboard, learning to adapt and even thrive. Not only did she return to professional surfing, but she also became a champion, inspiring millions around the world. Bethany embodies the Stoic principle Marcus Aurelius described when he said, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Her tragedy became fuel for her strength, and her adversity became the foundation for a legacy of resilience. Another example is Nick Vujicic, a motivational speaker born without arms or legs. While many would see his physical condition as an insurmountable obstacle, Nick embraced his fate. He learned to focus not on what he lacked, but on what he could control: his mindset, his determination, and his ability to inspire others. Today, Nick travels the world, sharing a message of hope, perseverance, and the power of turning adversity into opportunity. These stories remind us that life's greatest challenges often hold the seeds of our greatest growth. Amor Fati is not about passive acceptance. It's about actively choosing to find meaning, strength, and opportunity in every situation. When life throws obstacles in your path, start by asking, "How can I use this? What lesson or growth does this challenge offer me?" This mindset shift is the first step in living with Amor Fati. Next, practice gratitude for your journey, even the hard parts. Reflect on how past difficulties have shaped your character or opened doors you didn't expect. Write them down and acknowledge how they've made you stronger. Finally, commit to action. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, what stands in the way becomes the way. Instead of resisting your challenges, use them to sharpen your skills, deepen your resilience, and uncover new possibilities. Think about your own life. Is there a setback or difficulty you've been resisting? What would change if you embraced it instead? Like Bethany Hamilton turning loss into strength, or Nick Vujicic building a life of purpose despite all odds, you too can transform your challenges into opportunities. To live with Amor Fati is to love not just the easy, joyful moments, but the difficult, uncertain ones as well. It is to trust that every twist in your path is part of a greater purpose. Love your fate, not because it's easy, but because it's yours. Rule 4. See the good in others. It is a universal truth. We are all fellow citizens and share the same humanity. Learn to see the good in others, even in their faults. Meditations, Book 9. It's easy to focus on the flaws and shortcomings of others, especially when we feel frustrated, disappointed, or hurt. But Marcus Aurelius, a man tasked with ruling an empire rife with conflict, reminds us of an essential Stoic practice: to seek and celebrate the good in others. By choosing to focus on virtues rather than faults, we elevate not only our relationships, but also ourselves. Consider the life of Mahatma Gandhi. As he led India toward independence, Gandhi faced countless adversaries, some who ridiculed him, others who imprisoned him. Yet, instead of harboring hatred, Gandhi sought to see the humanity even in his oppressors. He famously said, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." Gandhi's ability to focus on the potential for good in all people strengthened his resolve and inspired a movement rooted in compassion. Another example is Frederick Douglass, the former slave who became a leading voice for abolition in 19th century America. Douglass, despite enduring unimaginable cruelty, refused to let bitterness define his mission. Instead, he saw hope in others, even those who once wronged him. Douglass believed that individuals, no matter how flawed, had the capacity to change. This belief allowed him to inspire both allies and former foes, turning the fight for freedom into a shared moral cause. Seeing the good in others isn't about ignoring reality or excusing bad behavior. Instead, it's about recognizing that beneath mistakes or shortcomings, everyone possesses some measure of virtue or potential. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly, but I cannot be harmed by them." This mindset teaches us to approach others with patience, understanding, and an unwavering commitment to our own principles. To practice this rule, begin by challenging your first impressions. When someone frustrates you, pause and ask yourself, what good qualities might this person have that I'm not seeing? Perhaps a critical co-worker is genuinely committed to their job, or a difficult neighbor is struggling with challenges you're unaware of. By reframing your perspective, you open the door to empathy and connection. Another way to cultivate this habit is to reflect on your own imperfections. Think about a time when someone gave you the benefit of the doubt or chose to focus on your strengths rather than your flaws. How did that impact you? By remembering this, you're more likely to extend the same grace to others. Lastly, actively look for opportunities to compliment and uplift. When you see someone demonstrating kindness, perseverance, or creativity, acknowledge it, whether it's a friend, a colleague, or a stranger. This simple practice not only reinforces their positive traits, but also strengthens your ability to recognize goodness in the world around you. Imagine how different your relationships and your outlook might be if you consistently sought the good in others. Like Gandhi, who inspired a nation, or Frederick Douglass, who united people through shared humanity, you too can elevate those around you by choosing to see their best qualities. As Marcus Aurelius teaches, we all share the same humanity. To see the good in others is not just an act of kindness, it's a reflection of our own character. Today, challenge yourself to find and celebrate the virtues in those you encounter. In doing so, you'll not only transform your relationships, but also deepen your own capacity for wisdom and compassion. Rule 5. Act, don't delay. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Meditations, Book 2. Procrastination whispers promises of comfort. Tomorrow will be better, or I'll start when I feel ready. But as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, life is fleeting, and tomorrow is never guaranteed. The time to act is now. Every moment spent hesitating is a moment lost, an opportunity wasted. Consider the story of Amelia Earhart, the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Amelia could have waited for the perfect conditions, more training, or greater resources before attempting such a daring feat. Instead, she embraced action. Earhart once said, "The most effective way to do it is to do it." Her boldness not only redefined aviation, but also inspired countless others to take risks and pursue their dreams. Another powerful example is Martin Luther King Jr. In the face of overwhelming opposition during the civil rights movement, King could have waited for more support or more favorable circumstances. Instead, he chose to act. His famous letter from Birmingham jail eloquently refutes the idea of waiting. This wait has almost always meant never. We must come to see that justice too long delayed is justice denied. By taking decisive action, King transformed history, proving that progress is made not by waiting, but by moving forward. Acting doesn't mean rushing blindly. It means embracing the discipline of taking consistent, meaningful steps. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." Instead of waiting for the perfect plan or the ideal moment, focus on the next small action you can take. One step leads to another, and momentum builds from there. To break the habit of procrastination, start with clarity. Identify what matters most to you, whether it's a project at work, a personal goal, or a relationship. Then ask yourself, what's one action I can take right now to move closer to this? It doesn't have to be monumental, it just has to be intentional. Next, combat the perfectionism that fuels procrastination. Many delays come from the fear of not being good enough or of making mistakes, but Marcus Aurelius reminds us that action itself is the path to improvement. Don't wait for mastery. Begin, and let the process refine you. Finally, embrace the mindset that each day is a gift. Marcus Aurelius urged himself to act as if every moment were his last, not out of fear, but to live fully. Imagine how your life would change if you treated each day as a chance to make progress, however small. Even one completed task, one step forward, can create a ripple effect of growth and fulfillment. Think of Earhart taking flight despite uncertainty, or King marching forward despite resistance. Like them, you have the power to overcome hesitation and create change. Ask yourself, what am I delaying that I could start today? What small action can I take right now? Remember, the perfect moment rarely comes. The decision to act transforms ordinary days into extraordinary progress. Today, choose action over delay. As Marcus Aurelius teaches, life's brevity is not a limitation. It's an invitation to live boldly, with purpose and urgency. Rule 6. Live with gratitude. Memento Mori. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Meditations, Book 2. How often do we take life for granted? We rush through our days, worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, forgetting the simple yet profound truth. Life is fleeting. Marcus Aurelius's reminder, Memento Mori, remember that you will die, urges us to live each moment with gratitude and purpose. Gratitude is more than just a feeling, it's a way of seeing the world. When you recognize that each breath is a gift, the mundane transforms into the extraordinary. Imagine standing in a quiet park, feeling the warmth of the sun on your face, or sharing a laugh with a loved one. These moments, so easily overlooked, are the essence of life. Take inspiration from Maya Angelou, who once said, "This is a wonderful day. I have never seen this one before." Her life was filled with challenges, yet she chose to approach each day with gratitude. Her perspective didn't erase hardships, but gave her the strength to navigate them with grace. Similarly, the late Steve Gleason, a former NFL player diagnosed with ALS, embraced life despite his diagnosis. Instead of dwelling on what he'd lost, he focused on what he could still cherish: his family, his voice, his ability to inspire others. Gleason's story is a testament to the power of gratitude in the face of life's uncertainty. To live with gratitude, start small. Begin your day by acknowledging 3 things you're thankful for. Whether it's a good night's sleep, the smell of coffee, or the support of a friend. When challenges arise, pause and ask, what can this teach me? What is still good in my life? Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring difficulties. It means choosing to focus on what matters. Marcus Aurelius urges us to remember that time is finite. When you understand this, you stop wasting moments on trivialities. Instead, you invest in meaningful actions, words, and relationships. Tell the people you care about how much they mean to you. Do the work that fills your life with purpose. Appreciate the small joys you encounter every day. As Marcus wrote, you could leave life right now. This isn't a reason to fear, but a call to love fiercely, live authentically, and cherish the time you have. Gratitude isn't just about appreciating what you have. It's about living fully in the present, with all its imperfections and beauty. Today, take a moment to reflect. What are you grateful for right now? How can you show your gratitude to the people who matter most? Let this practice shape your actions and your perspective. Living with gratitude transforms life from something to endure into something to celebrate. Let Marcus Aurelius's wisdom remind you, life is precious, and every moment is an opportunity to live with purpose and love. Rule 7. Maintain a positive morning routine. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Meditations, Book 5. How you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply. Despite the immense responsibilities of ruling an empire, he prioritized his mornings to align his thoughts, actions, and intentions with his Stoic values. His example reminds us that a structured, positive morning routine is not just a luxury, but a foundation for a better life. Consider the life of Benjamin Franklin, one of history's most accomplished figures. Franklin's mornings always began with a reflective question: what good shall I do today? This simple practice centered his mind on purposeful action and prepared him to approach each day with clarity and focus. It's a timeless principle, using your mornings to anchor your intentions for the day ahead. Another example is Oprah Winfrey, who starts her mornings with meditation, gratitude journaling, and a mindful walk. Oprah's commitment to her morning routine has been instrumental in maintaining her energy and focus while managing her vast responsibilities. She once said, "The way you start your day determines how well you live your day." This echoes Marcus Aurelius's philosophy of intentional living. The key to a powerful morning routine lies in 3 elements: reflection, purpose, and preparation. Marcus Aurelius himself began his day by contemplating gratitude and preparing for life's challenges. In Meditations, he advised reflecting on the fact that you will encounter difficult people, but resolving to meet them with patience and virtue. This mental rehearsal equipped him to face the day with resilience and composure. To craft your own positive morning routine, start with a moment of mindfulness. As you wake, instead of rushing to your phone or checklist, pause to acknowledge the privilege of being alive. Reflect on Marcus Aurelius's words. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. This simple practice shifts your mindset from stress to gratitude. Next, set an intention for the day. Ask yourself, what is one thing I want to accomplish today that aligns with my values? It could be something as simple as being more present in conversations or tackling a challenging task with focus. Writing this intention down solidifies your commitment and gives your day a clear purpose. Lastly, include an energizing habit in your routine. Whether it's exercise, journaling, or reading something inspiring, choose an activity that fuels your body or mind. Marcus Aurelius began his mornings by journaling his thoughts and principles, which we now read in Meditations. This practice grounded him in his Stoic philosophy and provided a compass for his day. The morning is a precious window of opportunity. Use it to center yourself, reflect on what matters, and prepare for the challenges ahead. As Benjamin Franklin planned his good deeds and Oprah Winfrey practiced mindfulness, you too can design a morning routine that enriches your life. Today, think about how you start your mornings. Are they rushed and chaotic, or intentional and empowering? What small change can you make tomorrow to create a positive routine? Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire with this practice. You can rule your day the same way, by starting it with purpose, gratitude and clarity. The first moments of your morning are the foundation for a Stoic life well lived. Seize them and watch how your days and your life transform. Rule 8. Reflect on yourself every day. When the light has gone out and you lie down to sleep, do not waste time in vain thoughts, but ask yourself, what did I do wrong? What did I do right? What did I leave undone? Meditations, Book 5. Daily self-reflection is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth, yet it's often overlooked in our busy lives. Marcus Aurelius practiced this habit diligently, using his evenings to examine his actions, thoughts, and choices. For him, this wasn't about self-criticism, but self-improvement, a way to align his life with the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. Imagine the life of Leonardo da Vinci, a master of both art and science. Da Vinci famously carried notebooks where he recorded not only his observations and sketches, but also his reflections. His relentless curiosity extended to his own mind and actions. By questioning himself daily, he uncovered new ideas, learned from his mistakes, and continued to grow, becoming one of the greatest thinkers in history. A more modern example is professional basketball legend Kobe Bryant. Known for his intense discipline, Kobe often replayed his performances in his mind after every game, analyzing what he did well and what he could improve. This habit wasn't about dwelling on mistakes, but about striving for excellence. By consistently reflecting, Kobe honed his craft and became one of the most celebrated athletes of all time. Marcus Aurelius approached self-reflection similarly, not as a way to dwell on regrets, but as an opportunity for clarity and growth. By taking a few moments at the end of each day to review your actions, you can identify areas where you acted according to your values and where you fell short. This practice helps you understand yourself better and strengthens your commitment to living a virtuous life. To begin incorporating this Stoic habit, set aside 5 to 10 minutes each evening for quiet reflection. You might ask yourself questions like, did I treat others with kindness today? Did I let emotions dictate my actions? Did I make progress toward my goals? Write down your thoughts in a journal, as Marcus Aurelius did in Meditations. This creates a record of your growth and provides insights you might otherwise miss. Another key to effective self-reflection is balance. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Did you handle a stressful situation calmly? Did you complete a task you'd been avoiding? Acknowledge these successes. They build momentum for future growth. At the same time, be honest about your shortcomings without harsh judgment. If you lost your temper or procrastinated, see these as opportunities to improve rather than reasons to criticize yourself. Over time, daily reflection sharpens your awareness and strengthens your ability to make better choices. It's like polishing a mirror. The clearer the reflection, the more accurately you can see and adjust. This practice isn't about achieving perfection, but about committing to continuous growth. Leonardo da Vinci sought understanding through self-reflection. Kobe Bryant pursued greatness with relentless introspection. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire while examining his own actions every day. Like them, you can use this practice to live more intentionally, learn from your experiences, and grow into your best self. Tonight, as you prepare for bed, take a moment to pause and reflect. What did I do well today? What can I improve tomorrow? Let this practice guide you toward a life of wisdom and purpose. As Marcus Aurelius teaches, true mastery begins with understanding yourself. The path to a better life is paved with small, thoughtful steps, starting with the quiet power of daily reflection. Rule 9. Don't complain. Don't be overheard complaining, even to yourself. Meditations, Book 8. Complaining may feel cathartic in the moment, but it rarely leads to solutions and often only deepens our frustrations. Marcus Aurelius understood this well. As the leader of one of history's greatest empires, he could have easily drowned in complaints about his burdens. Yet, he chose not to, reminding himself and us that complaining is not just unproductive, but also a waste of precious energy. Think of Helen Keller, who lost her sight and hearing at just 19 months old. Her life was filled with unimaginable challenges, yet she never allowed herself to wallow in complaints. Instead, she declared, "Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it." Keller's refusal to focus on her hardships enabled her to become a symbol of resilience, inspiring millions with her accomplishments as a writer and activist. Another powerful example is the late Chadwick Boseman, the beloved actor known for his role as Black Panther. Unknown to many, Boseman battled terminal cancer for years while filming physically demanding movies. Despite his struggles, he never let his condition define him or become a subject of complaint. Instead, he focused on his craft, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire courage and perseverance. Marcus Aurelius urges us to follow a similar path. Complaining, he believed, only magnifies our sense of helplessness. Instead, he taught us to shift our focus from what we cannot control to what we can. When we stop complaining, we free ourselves to act with intention and grace, even in the face of adversity. Breaking the habit of complaining starts with awareness. The next time you catch yourself lamenting about something, a difficult coworker, bad weather, or a traffic jam, pause and ask, "Is this within my control?" If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, channel that energy into taking constructive action. For example, instead of grumbling about a missed opportunity, reflect on how you can prepare better next time. Gratitude is another antidote to complaints. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you naturally shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. Take a moment each day to list 3 things you appreciate, no matter how small. This practice rewires your brain to notice the good, even in challenging situations. It's also helpful to surround yourself with solution-oriented people. Complaints thrive in negative environments, so seek out those who inspire action instead of indulging in grumbling. Like Marcus Aurelius, who surrounded himself with advisors who shared his commitment to reason and virtue, you can create a circle that lifts you up. Helen Keller turned adversity into opportunity. Chadwick Boseman left a legacy of strength despite unimaginable struggles. Both lived by the principle that life is too precious to waste on complaints. Their examples remind us that even in the darkest times, we can choose to rise above negativity. Today, challenge yourself to go complaint-free. When frustration arises, pause, breathe, and redirect your thoughts to solutions or gratitude. Ask, what can I learn from this? How can I respond with purpose? As Marcus Aurelius teaches, the energy we spend complaining is better invested in creating change or finding peace. Choose today to rise above negativity, not for others, but for yourself. Life is too short to waste on words that bring no value. Instead, fill it with actions that move you forward. Rule 10. Contribute to your community. What brings no benefit to the hive brings none to the bee. Meditations, Book 6. Life becomes richer when we stop focusing solely on ourselves and start thinking about how we can serve others. Marcus Aurelius, ruling over an empire yet deeply grounded in Stoic philosophy, knew this well. He believed that our individual well-being is intrinsically tied to the well-being of the community. By helping others, we not only elevate them but also ourselves. Consider the story of Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing. At a time when women were often excluded from public life, she dedicated herself to improving healthcare systems. During the Crimean War, she worked tirelessly to reduce unsanitary conditions in hospitals, saving countless lives. Nightingale's relentless commitment to serving others wasn't driven by fame or reward, but by a deep sense of duty to her community. She exemplified Marcus's principle: to thrive individually, we must support the collective. Another shining example is Mr. Fred Rogers, the beloved host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. His life's work was dedicated to teaching children kindness, understanding, and empathy. Rogers once said, "Look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping." He didn't just teach this value, he lived it, using his platform to address difficult issues and support the emotional growth of millions of children. His legacy reminds us of the profound impact small, consistent acts of kindness can have on a community. To embrace this principle, begin by looking at your own circle. Who can you support today? Sometimes it's as simple as listening to a friend, offering help to a neighbor, or volunteering a few hours of your time. You don't need to change the world in one grand gesture. Small contributions add up and ripple outward. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we are all interconnected. Helping others is not just a moral obligation, but also a source of personal fulfillment. Studies have shown that acts of kindness and generosity boost happiness, reduce stress, and create a sense of purpose. When you contribute to the well-being of others, you create a positive feedback loop that enhances your own life as well. Another way to serve your community is by sharing your skills or knowledge. Teach someone a skill you've mastered, mentor a young professional, or contribute to a local cause that aligns with your values. As Marcus said, "The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good." This principle is especially powerful when facing challenges. Instead of dwelling on difficulties, turn outward and ask, "How can I help others who might be struggling too?" Shifting your focus from self to others often brings clarity and gratitude for your own circumstances. Florence Nightingale transformed healthcare. Fred Rogers shaped generations of children with kindness. These individuals remind us that serving others isn't just an act of generosity. It's a way of living a life filled with meaning and connection. Today, reflect on how you can contribute to your community. What small act of kindness can you offer? How can you use your unique strengths to support others? As Marcus Aurelius teaches, when we help the hive, we help ourselves. By living for the common good, we unlock the deepest fulfillment life has to offer. As we conclude this journey into Marcus Aurelius's 10 Stoic rules for a better life, remember that Stoicism is not just philosophy. It's a way of living that empowers us to face challenges with courage, embrace gratitude, and serve a purpose beyond ourselves. These timeless principles are your tools to craft a life of meaning, resilience, and fulfillment. We invite you to take these lessons beyond the screen. Reflect on your own experiences. How have these principles resonated with you? Which rule will you start applying today? Share your story in the comments. It's through shared wisdom that we grow stronger together. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to join our growing community of seekers striving for a better life. Hit the notification bell to ensure you never miss our future explorations into Stoic philosophy. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." What will you focus on today to build a life worth living? Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep cultivating your inner fortress. Together, let's live with purpose, gratitude, and strength.